Ah, your favorite.
Well,
Sort of.
these two tempo-y blue-white plays, not great here. Much better on the opposing turn, but again, Cortez trying to go for it. And it's not the worst, as he has a blocker for the Nexus that he assumes is lethal here, and he gets a shot to go for it again next turn. Both these players doing a lot of crossing of fingers and hoping that they are not dead, because a lot of cards kill them.
It's my kind of matchup,
and they
honestly.
cannot play around them.
Yeah. Spell Queller, immediately block. Please don't kill me. Next turn. I'd be laughing too. See Cortez has a little bit of a smile on his face.
Well, it looks like Cortez here is at the mercy of Barich's hand, as he has a Noble Hierarch and a land left over in hand, can't protect himself at all, but he can get busy.
Yep. With our old friend Noble Hierarch. Barich is going to try again here with Inkmoth Nexus. All right, there's Might of Old Corrosion in the main phase, so +4/+4. 2 Exalted Trigger is going to make it 7. Is he seriously not dead?
I mean, Barich has to go for it here because he can easily die the next turn.
No, he definitely has to go for it. I'd just be shocked if he doesn't kill him this turn.
I see too many green cards in the hand.
Yeah.
I think he's just waiting for Cortez to declare no blocks.
All right, there's Groundswell. Yeah, that should be it, right? Yeah, he's got Hollow Fountain in his hand. He's dead. All right, Aaron Barich. Gonna win again, everyone here over Michael Cortez. In fact, very quickly up a game over a Bant company. You also see on the top of it, Turbo Depths. Well, it was very quick for Kyle Finken, who won a game over Gregory Stiver very quickly. So Turbo Depths up a game over Merfolk, and then Andreas Campion playing Green Black Constrictor and Nathan Fountain, Grixis mid-range. Predictably, it's a standard match, so things are going a little bit slower. So we'll see how that goes in just a moment. But first, we'll take a quick break here from Dallas. A few words from our lovely sponsors.
Go. Go.
Aaron Barich, Michael Cortez, Infect, Bant Company. That was fast. I bet this next one will be fast, too. These two aren't messing around here.
No.
Now, fortunately for Cortez, he's got a little bit of interaction. 3 Path to Exile, 3 Geist of St. Traft, 2 Unified Will, 1 of Fun Ofs here in Burrington Forge Center, Core Firewalker, Kataki's War's Wage, Affinity Hater, Aven Mind Sensor, Eidolon of Rhetoric, Kosali Pride Mage, and another copy of Reflector Mage.
Get me a little bit more interaction here with the Reflector Mage and the Kosali Pride Mage are reasonable interaction. The 3 copies of Path to Exile, the best of the bunch here, though.
Other side of things, we got 4 Kitchen Finks, 2 Viridian Corruptors, 2 Dissenters, Deliverance, 2 Grafdigger's Cage. Nice card in this matchup, along with 2 Nature's Claim, a Dispel, a Dismember, and a Spellskite.
I would go with the Cages and the Dismember, but not the Dispel.
No Dispel?
Maybe it's good enough. I guess if you think he's bringing in paths, then it's above the board. I always get really nervous when I'm looking at these Infect sideboards, and I'm thinking, well, there's 6 or 7 cards I'm looking to bring in, because I just don't think the deck plays well that way. But yeah, the Dispel, if you're anticipating him having some sort of path or some other creature removal, maybe his own Dismembers, that's probably above the board.
Well, these players are just about ready to go here for game number 2. Finken and Stiver also getting ready here for game number 2 as their game, and a real quick via the old 2020.
I feel this not quite as extreme, more extreme than Infect in this regard, but people's affinity sideboards always bother me.
What's that?
Because I look at them and I'm like, I'd rather just play the same 60 than bring in these cards that you have for that are ostensibly for this matchup.
Sure,
you know?
sure.
I see a lot of affinity sideboards that look like they have 7 or 8 cards to bring in for a matchup, and I kind of want 2 or 3 cards for everything, because you just can't cut that much more and have the deck function.
Glistener Elf, threatening lethal. You don't know.
Turn 2.
You just don't know.
You don't know.
Cortez got a Hallowed Fountain. Let's see what his second turn is going to be. There's a Devoted Druid. All right, we're threatening it.
Yep.
Both players, as usual.
Probably can't afford to chump block here, so you just
Nope.
gotta hope.
You gotta hope.
Ha. Compelling and rich.
This is my kind of magic. Dismember works.
Ooh, look at that interaction.
In just 1. All right, another Glistener Elf, pass it back. Got Apostle's Blessing, look at a copy of Might of Old Corrosion, hand does Barich. Gammy Township. And Duskwatch Recruiter. More so part of the combo, but the nice thing about that card is that it does have some functionality when you're not comboing. Relevant text there. Relevant cost reduction as well in some spots.
You are really upselling a Grizzly Bears here.
That's a hard upsell. that's the hard sell. That's a hard sell on Duskwatch Recruiter. All right. Look, man, we probably got some.
Cortez will be thrilled if it trades with literally any card in his hand.
Yeah, yeah. Vines of Vastwood over there.
And it looks like Barich has picked up the Dispel too. So
yep. I love the Dispel.
Yeah, I suppose if we're talking about Barich going from 3 sideboard cards to 4, there's probably space. Just with the linear decks, the sideboarding, I think the burden of proof for things that don't help you actually win the game is pretty high. But
all right, let's get it done in the air. Okay, Path to Exile. That's always the concern.
Great spot there for Cortez. And to be able to pull that off with Barich having a Dispel in hand is a huge win.
Yeah. And Barich is tapped out now, so he doesn't actually have access to the Dispel right now.
Yep.
Wonder if he has company, would he fire it off right now? Probably would want to wait, but it makes you wonder if Cortez has Dispel on the radar.
I don't know. I think with Spell Queller in hand, I would be inclined to just pass. It attacks a little bold here, but that's fine. Whatever. Flip over, Spell Queller to blow him out.
Back to Barich we go. Yeah, shoulder shrug, here I come.
Ooh, got him on the cheap.
Back to Michael. 5. Barich is like kind of low.
I really like Cortez shortening up the game here.
Yeah, me too. 1 mana Devoted Druid, pass a turn back.
Modern classic competitors.
Got to capitalize on the, Barich trying to be a little flip with his life total there, with the Dismember and getting the dual lands untapped.
Thinking his life total wouldn't be under duress.
It's hard to keep him off forever.
Round 3, you have 50 minutes. You may begin.
And I think Cortez with Vizier of Remedies in hand too, so if he ever draws the last piece and gets set up, he just goes. Yeah. It's a little unorthodox here, but I really like the way that Cortez has approached the second game.
Yeah, me too. Situations present themselves. You got to take advantage of them when they come. Here come Glistener Elves. Plural.
And now, so I think Cortez here is trying to figure out, with Spellcaller in hand, if I say no blocks, do I just die? Because it would be nice to keep the Devoted Druid with Vizier and just with Gavany Township to try to set up lethal for next turn.
There's Vines. There's Queller. I think we're probably done now.
Yeah. Good performance for Dispel. It's just...
Come on. Come on.
Looks great.
He's got 8 really good cards to counter. Come on. And Paz after board. Great job, Dispel.
Yeah,
great job.
It looked great.
I think he's just dead via
just
Township.
Township plus his Flyers will get it done here.
As long as he's got the mana to activate. As long as he sees it, that's his job. I wouldn't concede either if I'm Aaron.
Yeah, make him do it.
Yep, there we are, and we're all set there. So Michael Cortez, Aaron Barich, they're going to get ready here for game number 3, while our standard match appears to still be in game number 1, and Finken already has destroyed Stiver 2-0 because Turbo Depths is doing what it does, makes Dark Depths very, very, very quickly. So as these players shuffle up here for game number 3, not sure if they're going to go back to the drawing boards. We'll find out after a quick message from our sponsors.
Go.
We're back. Aaron Barich, Michael Cortez getting ready here for game number 3. Got the sideboards up here just in case you see anything you want to change here, Mr. Sullivan.
No, I think from Cortez's side, the Pride Mage, the Reflector Mage, and the pads look good, and from Barich's side, Dispel, Dismember, and the 2 copies of Grafdigger's Cage. I really like the way that Cortez has approached this matchup. He's very conscious of the fact that he can die from really any attack. And game 2, I like him taking a much more aggressive position and just playing the Spell Queller to try to get a clock going rather than sit back and try to react to everything. That's the thing. I think this is a place where people mess up pretty frequently against Infect. When all of their stuff is 0 and 1, and your stuff is 1, 2, and 3, given enough time, if the battle comes down to who can do enough with, who can build up a big enough stack to play over the top of the other, Infect has a huge edge in most circumstances. So it's important to shorten the length of the game, because if it comes down to their 4 cards in hand that do something versus your 4 cards in hand that does something, they often get the better of it.
Cortez going to look at 6. Barich looks happy with his 7, though he is confirming and having a conversation with his standard teammate. Not sure if he's happy about the play that was just made there by Nathan Fountain. A little bit of a back and forth between the two of them.
You just got to go back to your match. You got to let that go.
Yeah, you got to focus on what's in front of you.
You got to play with these people for the rest of the day. You got to let that go.
Down to 5 goes Cortez. You know what that means. It's time to sell something. Where you want to go? Game night?
That's your call.
Let's go game night. Let's talk about that.
I'm just a vessel for your marketing goals. So you bring up
you're
whatever.
So good at it.
There we are.
Talk about it, baby. Give me some string theory.
So you can head over to go.starcitygames.com/game night to find out more information. Every month, Star City Games produces new pins and tokens with custom art that we send to stores that are signed up for game night. Stores then can run game night as local events to fill out their week. Right now, in January, we have string theory. We have a couple more kits coming down the pipeline in February. We have the Fast and the Curious. And then in March, Two-Toed Spectacle. Go.starcitygames.com/game night. Find out more information. Find the game night closest to you. Stores, if you want to get signed up for game night, contact your Star City Games in-store play representative.
Beautifully done, Mr. Sullivan. Beautifully done. As Michael Cortez is going to take a look at 5 cards here, see if he can find something he likes. And then we'll obviously be jumping over to Standard as Fountain and Campion. Well, they're probably on turn 5 of game 1. That's a Glistener Elf. This is a Breeding Pool. Down to 17 goes Barich. Temple Garden, Birds of Paradise. Is it turn 2? Is it over? Is it over?
Well, on 5 cards, I don't think Cortez can chump block here, so just gotta take it on the jaw.
In just 1.
Faded it.
Here's a Blighted Agent. Faded it is great. That is great.
Whew. Can't believe I got to untap there.
Playing as Infect is so unreal
It's really stressful. Yeah. That's the word.
Am I dead? No. Well, you're lucky. Blighted Agent means I'll probably be dead soon, though. I see it become immense. At least one Might of Old Crochet as well. Michael, I don't know if I tap out. I'd be a little worried about that. Wow, we do have an update on our standard match. A little surprise. Nathan Fountain does win game number 1 here over Andres Campion. Chris mid-range up a game here over Green-Black Constrictor. Might of Old Crochet on Blighted Agent means it'll be an attack for 5. Barich playing very wisely by keeping up Dispel. He's in no rush.
And particularly with Cortez on 5 cards, his way of catching up is landing one of his big instants.
Gathering Township will be the land. You see collect a company in hand. Dispel takes care of that. Pass that turn back. Let's go over to Barich. Barich has another Might of Old Croja. This is pretty, yeah, that's a pretty confident Might of Old Croja there. Dispel that. We're done. Aaron Barich going to win this game and match over Michael Cortez. 2-1. In fact, going to slide right by Bant Company. Going to tie things up here. First team. As now we prepare for a little bit of standard action here between Grixis Midrange and Green-Black Constrictor, Patrick. Aaron, make that look pretty easy.
Let's go to these sideboards.
Yeah, let's go to these sideboards if we can. Get the standard deck list in front of us. Not sure we're going to be able to put them on screen for you wonderful people, but we can take a look at the list in front of us. It's a Grixis Midrange energy theme with Siphoner and Virtuoso against Green-Black Constrictor. Chandra's Defeat, Magma Spray, 2 Duress, 4 Negate, Disallow, 2 Vraska's Contempt, 2 Abrade, 2 Essence Scatter.
Essence Scatter seems great.
Yeah.
Vraska's Contempt seems great. Probably not a great negate matchup. Braid seems fine. Yeah, the creature removal. Your matchup might be slow enough that you want to disallow. Buy that.
Other side of things, you've got a. I'm actually going to let you read a sideboard for once. You've got one in front of you.
Naturalize 2 copies of Lifecrafter's Bestiary, a Vraska's Contempt, 2 copies of Vraska Relixir, a Fatal Push, 2 Dead-Eye Tracker, 4 Duress, and 2. Is this?
You can't read that?
I cannot.
It's escaping me.
Something Demise?
Golden Demise.
Golden Demise.
New card.
I would bring in the Duresses, the Bestiaries, and the Vraskas.
Well, there are your options. And we're going to need to watch a healthy amount of this match, which I'm excited for. Haven't seen Constrictor all weekend. Had a feeling it would be popular coming into the weekend, but haven't seen a ton of it. And then the Grixis deck, maybe a little bit more popular than I thought it was going to be.
Well, this is in an interesting space here where it's not playing. Oh, he is playing Siphoner. Okay, this is
4 in the main.
This is an interesting build because he's got Siphoners and Whirler Virtuosos, which implies a little bit of a cheaper low-to-the-ground build, but he's playing Torrential Gearhulk, Scarab God, Gonti, a lot of spells, Braid, Hardness Lightning, Fatal Push, Vraska's Contempt, Supreme Will, Disallow, Glimmer of Genius, Essence Scatter, Search for Escanta. I'm trying to split the difference here. Try to be good early, good late.
Well, if you're just joining us, it's Cedric Phillips and Patrick Sullivan. We are here at SCGDFW. That's Dallas-Fort Worth. We got, of course, Nick Miller on the sideboard. His 100th show, so if you're not following at Nick Thos on Twitter, you should be. Give him a shout-out. Nick has been a weekend warrior.
Yes.
Over the past, we were having dinner with him yesterday. 2014 is when it all began for Nick Miller. 100th weekend here. Many an Invitational, many a Players' Championship, many a Grand Prix, many an Open. So we had a fun celebratory dinner with him last night. And now we turn our attention to more Magic with Fountain and Campion. And it should be a fun one to watch.
I've not seen a lot of these Constrictor strategies so
no,
far.
No. Which is surprising to me.
Very natural home for Jade Light Ranger.
Yeah.
Explore plays well with some of the counter synergies. Deck likes to make a lot of land drops because it's got some 5s in there. Walking Ballista.
Pretty natural home for Chupacabra, too.
Yes. You have some mana acceleration. You're trying to control the battlefield, have the biggest stuff.
Also, deck just doesn't really have any bad cards in it. It's kind of it's weird to say it's like a good card deck, but it is just has a lot of good cards in it.
Yeah.
Good mana, good cards. Enemy colors. Hub is where Campion's going to start, so we're going to go over to Fountain now.
Explore +1 in Constrictor is a nice. That's nice.
Yeah, it's a combo.
That's nice.
Yeah. Ooh, if near Deadlands, okay. Painful way to do it, but it's a way to do it nonetheless. And now there is Sneck. Let's go over to Nathan Fountain. I remember back in the day, Snake, obviously there's a lot of interactions here, Rishkar, J Light Ranger, a million things. It's important to kill that. It is pretty important to kill that thing, if you can. Looks like there's a Fatal Push in hand, so, and a Harness Lightning, so answers are there.
Yeah, Nathan trying to figure out what answer do I want to use here? How do I manage these lands that some of which enter the battlefield tapped, some of which enter the battlefield untapped?
Fatal Push, Dragon Skull Summit, back to Campion.
Force is a big draw here for Campion.
It's funny to say Force is a big draw, but I'm actually right there with you.
Especially if he's going to play Lifecrafter's Bestiary, as he's going to be taxed on green mana.
I'm curious to see if Fountain does want to abrade this, and he does. He wants to get that off the battlefield. Now, Bestiary, I think, is a card that's going to be pretty popular.
Yes.
Moving forward, there's a lot of control decks, these mid-range decks. It's a good way to break things open, all that good stuff. So abrades could continue to remain pretty popular. Obviously, Abrade has a lot going for it, but other cards like maybe Naturalize or Appetite for the Unnatural, things like that might be coming in these matchups as well.
Yeah, a variety of removal spells afforded to players in Standards that all, you know, they do 75% of the same thing, and then the 25% difference is just, well, do you want to shatter something? Do you want to have the ability to destroy an enchantment? Do you want to have the option of dealing 3 damage to a player or planeswalker? They're all similar, but the differences can be really important.
Dress will take care of Abrade. It's a Gonti Lord of Luxury, Harness Lightning Scarab God, and a Drowned Catacombs. That's what Nathan is left with. Another hub there for Campion. We'll net him a little bit of energy. Here's 3 mana, and now this is an Aethersphere Harvester. So up to 3 energy.
And Fountain off to a really good start here, and you can see the plan here is just blunt the early game and then have a better top end than Campion, and so far so good.
Fetid Pools plus pass. It was actually a Pools, not a Catacomb, so I apologize for the mistake there. To our viewers at home, as a hub will come down. Energy number 4 goes on the Jacob Ball token, and nothing for Campion to do. Torrential Gearhulk the draw. Now's a pretty good time for Gonti Lord of Luxury. So Nathan will take a look at the top handful of cards. He'll get one of them, of course. And Gonti, a nice little card. We do know that. Looks like Vraska's going to go over there. There's Canyon Slew and an attack for 2. That rhymes. I'll be here all weekend.
I don't know exactly what Campion cut out of the deck here, but playing against this much removal and with the life total not really being what the game is about, I would have not brought Aethersphere Harvester to the table in game 2.
Yeah. It's not doing much.
No.
That's for sure.
And even if it was doing something, it wouldn't be doing much.
Yeah. Here's a Scarab God. And so now Campion is basically put to the test right now.
A Scarab God?
The Scarab God.
The Scarab God.
The Scarab God. I apologize.
He has the Scarab God.
Yes, I apologize. It rolls off the tongue that way.
He no longer has the Scarab God. His
Vraska's Contempt is taken care of the Scarab God. Thanks for the clarification. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's important to know.
It is. It is. The Oasis, when passing the turn. Campion's draw has not been great. As here comes Gonti yet again.
But there's also, I mean, this is kind of baked into a matchup like this. Fountain can afford to flood out because he has expensive spells and things to do with his mana. Campion just needs to draw the right mixture of lands and spells in the matchup.
Absolutely. That's why Bestiary was so important.
Right.
You know, he needs that to scry and make sure he doesn't draw any bad cards. Needs the card drawing to be able to kill late into the game. All that stuff. He has none of that going. He's reliant solely on his draw step.
It's a tough way to do it.
This plus a Fatal Push?
No, I think he's just going to the if near dead lands to slow down these brutal Gonti beats.
Okay, yeah, we needed the black counters, not the white ones. I was like, what is this? Harness Lightning? Pass the turn back.
Not the best exchange from a card economy standpoint.
No, I'm inclined to agree. Here's a Winding Constrictor that's going to die. Pick a card at random from your hand, Nathan. That will kill it. Oh, we're going to crew up. That's dead too.
Crew down.
Yeah. And push. Famous song by Matchbox 20. You like Matchbox 20?
I do not.
I did not think so. I don't even know why I asked.
Yeah,
I like that attack.
Yeah.
Vraska.
Cool.
It's about that time. It's about that time. Gonna do a little plussing here. Vraska's Contempt will, oh, that's fun flavor. Vraska's Contempt kill, you get it. Kills Vraska.
I don't know if that's really great flavor.
That's fun flavor.
Because the Contempt of Vraska would be unlikely to kill Vraska, of all things.
I guess we call a flavor judge. Is that what we do? Do we call a flavor judge? Where's Ben Stark? Oh, now drawn Vraska. See, look at this. The tides are turning. Now here's Vraska. I'm going to roll up those sleeves because maybe Campion's got a chance.
Well, that's the draw.
It certainly is. I mean, needed something good. Vraska out here seeking relics. In with a pirate. Arr. Pirate has menace. So Vraska's going to fall down to 6. Vraska, a lot of loyalty. Very good ultimate. Game-winning ultimate.
Still not a bad position here for Fountain, as he has Torrential Gear Hulk backed up by a variety of removal spells. Might take a little bit of time, but he will be in a position to pressure this Planeswalker.
It's a duress. It is.
And I think Fountain just needs to let this go here because he needs to cast the Torrential Gear Hulk. He needs to get something on the battlefield to be able to attack.
Also pretty tough to poke a hole in this hand. 2 Harness Lightnings, an Essence Scatter, a Disallow, and a Torrential Gear Hulk. I guess you can take Disallow because it's a hard counter, but...
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't think Fountain should fight over this with the Disallow because he needs to spend his mana this turn on Torrential Gear Hulk.
I agree with you, trust me.
And even if he takes the Disallow, you get to play a Torrential Gear Hulk, kill a pirate, untap, kill a pirate if you're feeling so inclined, and you have a clear board there to start threatening the Vraska.
And I am always feeling so inclined. Yeah, Disallows the one card you can take. That makes the most sense. We going beatdowns? No. No, we're not going beatdowns. Torrential Gear Hulk's going to go beatdowns, though. Here comes the big 5/6. Yeah, looks like it's going to get back in a braid. Take care of one of those pirates. Fountain going to untap. He'll take a draw step. There's a real chance where he's just better off ignoring the Vraska. Maybe. Actually, that's too tough to do.
You're so far ahead on resources, it feels like the only way this game gets stolen from you is if Vraska goes unchecked for long enough and backed up by a sequence of a lot of good draws all in a row.
Yeah.
So
Vraska's going to fall down to 1.
And Campion's at 14. It's not like you're so close to lethal that you can close the game out in a turn.
Couple of lands there in Andres' hand. And just a Vraska that's going to make a pirate. That pirate will likely die here in a moment. Maybe we'll see the dead lands get activated again. Yep, take care of that pirate. Pass the turn back. Harness Lightning's going to kill this. Draw a card. Vraska's Contempt. Take care of Vraska. You know, when this Grixis energy deck gets in a good matchup, it's tough to beat. It's got a boatload of removal, enough good creatures, enough card drawing just to make it all work.
And I like the, try to be good early and good late sort of thing. He's not giving up the first 3 turns of the game. There's a lot of interaction and some threats he can play.
Here's J-Light Ranger. Doesn't scatter that, absolutely. Looks like at least one Vraska's Contempt in Nathan's hand. He's just trying to cross the finish line here, folks, to move Barich and Co. to another victory and one step closer to the top 8. We're going to watch Andres get one more draw step. It's a Lifecraft's Beastry, and that is going to take care of it. So the team of Gregory Stiver, Aaron Barich, and Nathan Fountain are going to win this match over Kyle Finken, Michael Cortez, and Andres Campion. 2 matches to 1. Merfolk Infect Grixis Energy. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Nice set of matches there. Yeah, entertaining to watch. And for Aaron Barich and Co., as you mentioned, step closer to the top 8.
Job well done. It's